Welcome to Carmance Season 2, Episode 8, where we discover the romance between car owners and their classic cars. I am Stephen Horowitz, and today we will be at Ronnie Schramm's auto shop in Riverdale, Illinois, with some of our car buddies. They will be revealing interesting stories of their personal relations to these antique cars.
And he's going to tell us about his special shop and his history. So Ronnie, tell us about when you first started getting into mechanics.
The first time I got into mechanics was with my old man at the gas station at 76th and Ashland in the early 50s. Used to sweep the driveway and fix flats with 2 tire irons and a rubber mallet. And I still can remember that.
And then which is the first dealership you worked for?
I worked for Bauer Buick right down the street from here. And I got a job there on 10th of December of 62.
Okay.
And I worked there all the way to 74.
So you've worked on all those antique cars when they were new?
Yes, I worked on, when all these cars were new, I was working on them.
Right.
Now I'm working on them when they're 50, 60 years old.
Very good. All right, so now we're going to take a look at the shop and see some of the antique cars. So tell us about this 1931 Chevy.
The 31 Chevy, I've owned it about 10 years. It's fairly original. I haven't done a lot to it other than make it to run real well. It doesn't meet my expectations of a Packard.
Right. But it's still a good running car.
It is. Good runner, no doubt about that.
And this has original interior?
Yes, it's all original. It's a nice driver. Something you can take out, you know, and zip around. It'll be fun. It's just nice.
Yeah, and it has plenty of room in the back seat.
You know.
So how long have you had this?
About 10 years. And this body style is my favorite body style of all bodies, the 2-door sedan.
It's very nice.
It's very nice.
Okay, Jeff, tell us about this 1936 Buick.
Okay, Steve, this is a car that my grandmother bought new in 1936, and it represented Buicks coming out from the Depression. They spent a whole year building a new factory for this. The Art Deco work, the new grille. We got away from the old horseshoe collared grills. A lot of new innovations in this car. The angled windshield, the roof, that's all one metal piece. Before that, you had fabric inserts. It had hydraulic brakes.
Was that called a turret top?
A turret top roof, yes. Hydraulic brakes. They had 2 new engines in 36. This is a smaller one, the 233. They also had a 320 cubic inch, which they put in the big cars.
This looks like your air conditioning right here.
Well, it's interesting because with the hood scoop and the rear wing windows, you got nice airflow through there.
That's true. That's true.
So the car did not have a heater. The only option was a 5th steel wheel.
So tell us more about the history of this car.
Okay, Steve. So this car is unique. First of all, that a woman bought it in 1936. My grandmother kept books for Victor Kepler, a big commercial photographer, and his company exists today still. So a woman buying a car in 1936, and then when I was born, this is the car they brought me home from the hospital in.
Wow.
So it's like any other car in the world.
Right, so it took care of you back then, and now you take care of it.
You betcha.
Fantastic.
So
Great
thanks
story.
for this opportunity to share my story about my car.
Oh, my pleasure.
It was called the Special, all new names this year. And you can see how much room is in there.
There's plenty of room. I mean, it's like for a big family.
I have this blanket over it, but you have what's called a robe rail.
Right.
Like a bathrobe.
Yeah, that's
because
what
the cars didn't have heaters, so you had a big robe that you put in the car and you laid it over your lap so that you could stay warm in the wintertime. You see the Art Deco touches.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
You see the dome light. And the unique thing about this car is that it's all original. It's won archival elite status twice at the Buick Nationals. So it's all original nitrocellulose lacquer paint. The interior is original. Obviously there's some wear. The back is very nice because didn't get as much use as a driver's seat.
Now the steering wheel looks like a same they used on Cadillac.
Well, that banjo type steering wheel was popular in the mid-30s. Gave you a little bit of flexibility. It was kind of different from what had been used before. And if you go over the other side, you can see that it has all 4 gauges, which all 4 gauges work. There's a speedometer and an odometer. When the great state of New York decided my grandmother shouldn't drive anymore because she was legally blind, arthritic, and diabetic, she gave me the car in '77 and told me to take care of it. I had recently graduated from the University of Pennsylvania and did my stint in the Marine Corps. So we were still living in Philadelphia, and I had to put turn signals on the car. That's what you see hanging off
Yeah, there it is.
off the steering column. So everything is pretty much original, subject to regular routine maintenance. The engine has about 94,000 miles on it.
Do you take it on long trips?
We've won to St. Louis a couple of times. We went up to the Buick Nationals. This hood ornament was part of the Art Deco movement in the mid-30s as the different car manufacturers redesigned everything and ramped up production.
Very nice. Yeah.
If you get the hood here, you can see this trim on the big Buicks. Those are air vents.
Oh yeah.
And later they came into the portholes. Buicks had portholes on the side.
Right.
The Roadmasters had 4 and the others had 3.
Yeah, the 4-holers and the 3-holers.
Right.
Top of the line.
Top of the line.
Okay, tell us about this engine.
So this is a straight 8, which Buick made well into the 50s. You can see the distributor and the starter back there. I'm not sure if you can catch that with a light. And the fuel pump is on this side as well. These hoses were for the heater, which she added after the war. So you have the straight 8 engine, valve in head, and I did have to have the radiator record about 15 years ago because it was kind of plugged up. But now you can drive it all day and it will not overheat.
It's great. Big fan and big radiator.
Yeah. Again, I don't know if you can see it, but on the bottom, along the bottom of the engine, there's a pan which directs the air.
Oh yeah.
So it directs the air toward the rear of the engine so that number 7 and number 8 do get some cooling.
Huh.
And in most cars, the mechanics took those things right off because they were a pain to work on.
Very nice. So Ronnie, tell us about this
All right,
1963 Buick.
All right, this Buick here was bought at Bauer Buick right down the street from me. But what's interesting about this car is that when I started at Bauer, I worked nights. And after 9 o'clock, I didn't have anything to do, so they made me do new car inspections on the new cars. And this is...
Okay, so this is Roger O'Beckney, the current owner of this 1963 Buick. So Roger, tell us a little bit about the car. We already got some history from Ronnie.
Well, I found this car in 1995, actually here, because Ronnie's friend Harry Patterson was telling about it. But in 95, I had no money, so a friend of mine, Dick Wiseman, bought it in Blue Island. And I told him, I says, if you ever sell the car, let me know. So 25 years later, I get a phone call, I'm selling the Buick. And I says, well, what do you want for it? He says, I want so much. I says, I'll be there at noon with cash. So then right after I brought it over here and showed it to Ronnie. And Ronnie was saying that he started at Bauer in 62. This is a 63. In 63, he was doing new car get ready. So there's a 90% chance that he worked on this car when it's brand new. So not only do I have an original car, I got the original mechanic to go with it.
Exactly, that's perfect. And you can still work on it to this day.
Still works on to this day. I took it on in May. I took it on a trip around Lake Michigan. Was 1,250 miles, 100 gallons of gas, and the only car that passed me was the one I let.
Yeah, right.
So
Beautiful.
but
Beautiful.
it's a nice car. He's done all the work on it. He won't give me the 1963 labor rate though, but you know, times have changed.
That's right. Very
But
good.
yeah, it's a great car. It goes down the road real nice. It works really good.
Yep, it's perfect. Looks great. Thanks. So tell us about this interior. It looks
It's all original.
great.
All original. It's a little dirty, but it's all original.
And here's the original workshop manual.
Right.
So it has power windows, lots of options. Was this big trunk?
They don't make cars like that anymore.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Here we are on the inside of Ronnie Schramm's shop. It's pristine condition. You can eat off the floor, and he keeps it in good shape. So, Ronnie, tell us about this. Is this a Packard?
This is a Packard Street Rod.
Ah,
My friend Art Winterberg bought it years ago and designed most of it, the chassis and the front end, but passed away and didn't finish it.
No, I
Timmy
remember.
Haywood bought it, and I've been working on it in my spare time. And
can we
It's
bring
a
it
bu-
back to an original?
no, it's going to be a original body, but a late model motor.
Okay, so a resto mod.
Resto mod, right.
Okay, very
Right.
good. Okay, tell us about this one.
This one back here is a 41 160. The body is junk.
That's a 160 Packard.
Right. The body is junk. I've been looking for a coupe body for years, and the last two that I found were on the West Coast, but that's when gas was $4.60 a gallon, and I wasn't going to get it, you know.
Right.
So, but the body is junk. I've had this for a long time, but the chassis is really good shape. You know, and I got enough pieces to make it run. I got a motor, I got transmissions, and that. I just need a body. Place, I've been here 47 and a half years, and I accumulated a lot of stuff.
Right. How long has this one been here?
Oh, this Packard here, probably 35 years.
Yeah, I could,
Yeah.
because I remembered from when I first came to your shop.
Yeah, you know.
Beautiful.
At one time, I had 5 Packards in here that Bob Aker owned,
Oh, yeah.
and
He moved to California,
right.
and then
Yeah.
unfortunately he passed away. Yeah, tell us about this Comet.
It's a 61 Comet, got a 6-cylinder in it. Man's name is John Otto. The man is a musician, and he plays weekends at the Green Mill downtown. That's a historic place as it is all by itself.
What instrument does he play?
You know, that's where Al Capone used to go.
Oh. This is the interior of the Comet.
Actually, it's very
It's a nice car.
Yeah, it's fun.
His wife, this is his wife's car. His wife drives it.
Okay. Tell us about this Plymouth.
Okay, this car is a 66 Valiant. He just got it here not too long ago. It's a slant 6, but it's hot rod. It's all got high performance stuff on it, and I just got done working on the carburetor on this car, and it's it's all original also.
But what about the engine?
The engine is original 6, but it's been worked over.
Okay,
No rust underneath, and it come from Colorado.
very nice.
Yeah,
So he drove it from Colorado?
back to South Holland where he lives.
Wow.
The term is not the engine's been worked over. The term is the engine has been refreshed.
Refreshed, yeah. Mason, tell us about this Buick Riviera.
Well, it's a 1966. It's the first year of the new body style and the last year of the old engine, which was called the Buick Nailhead.
Oh.
And it's a very stylish car.
Well, it's a beautiful style, very like a fastback, but it's got a trunk.
Yeah, it's a very large car. It's somewhat larger than the first design that preceded it.
And they have the hidden headlights.
Yep. Hidden headlights. Want me to open the hood, Steve?
Someone hid the headlights under the hood.
And the one of the elusive things on the car is the 4-note horn.
Oh, wow.
Which was a $14.59 option that nobody bought.
Yeah, but it'll scare away all the trucks.
Yeah.
But this horn also, that was not original.
No, that's not original there.
But sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very nice. Very big car.